When I moved to Colorado, I moved straight up into the mountains. And the reason I wanted to live in the mountains because I wanted to be part of a small mountain community. And Red Cliff is a perfect little mountain community. We have about 300 people living here, and there's no cell service, there's no internet, no TV, and it's just a fabulous way to get away from the hustle and bustle of the big city or even just the ski area itself. I've lived in Colorado for about 30 years. And the reason I moved here was to be a skier, and probably why most people move to Colorado is to just become a ski bum. And shortly thereafter I realized that there is so much more to Colorado than just skiing. About 25 years ago is when I really got involved in rock climbing, and I was very fortunate to get a job teaching rock climbing for Colorado Mountain School. That morphed into me following the American Mountain Guide Association path to become a certified rock guide. And right now there are 3 pathways in the guiding discipline, and you can follow the rock path, the skiing path, or the alpine climbing path. About a year ago I finished my rock climbing certification, and I'm right now on my path to finish the skiing certification. In fact, I'll be in Canada this spring taking that exam. The alpine path is interesting because it also includes ice climbing, which of course is my strength and something I absolutely love to do. And right now I just have one more course and one more exam left in the alpine discipline. Currently in this country, there are only about 120 some certified guides. And out of those, there are only about 12 or 13 that are women. So I'm well on my path to maybe become one of the next women fully certified guides in the United States. And this has been a huge driving force for me. Last spring I was up in Canada in a ski guide course, and I actually on the very, very last day skied into some avalanche debris and I tore my ACL. We were skiing in the backcountry and we were about 3 miles from the trailhead. So I'm good enough of a skier that I could ski out on one leg and got back to the trailhead. And then the next day I drove back to Colorado and I saw Dr. Cunningham and had surgery a few days later. The worst part about the accident was that it happened in the spring. And while most people would think that's a perfect time because it's the end of the ski season, that's just the start of my desert rock climbing season. And so I spent all spring sitting on a stationary bike that I brought with me out to the desert while all my friends were out rock climbing. While it's never fun to get injured, it's something that happens to a lot of us. And we just have to accept the fact that, you know, sometimes we have to take a time out, and it's not the end of the world. We just gotta move forward and get after it again. And I'm just not the type to sit still and let a past injury hold me back. I don't necessarily have a specific big goal in mind, like climbing a big mountain or skiing a big run or something like that, but more being a role model and to just become a mentor to the women that are up and coming in the backcountry community, whether it's climbing or skiing or whatever. And right now I think a lot of the younger women get discouraged, and it may be because they don't have the right support from home, maybe they don't have the right support when it comes to the work environment. So one of my goals is just to try to get women to believe in themselves, and I think that is really, really important.
Awesome work. Good, yeah, shake those hands out. Awesome. Nice work. That is so fun. Yeah, girl.
Woo! My whole life revolves around the outdoors. For me, I just feel the connection with nature is just so powerful, and for me to be outside is, it beats anything. It makes me feel so alive. It just makes me feel happy and strong and powerful, and there's just something about being outside, smelling the air, the breathing the high altitude air, the cold air, all of those things. It just makes me alive. The bottom line is that I'm never going to let an injury stop me from doing what I absolutely love. And for me, being outside, climbing and skiing and And rock climbing and hiking, that's my life. And guiding and taking people out there, that's what I live for. And at this point, I don't plan on ever stopping. And hopefully I will be a guide until I get very, very old, just like Fred Becky.